Hey, what's going on? I'm making a video for my friend Jimmy. He was wondering about checking out his chords. He already knows a few chords, but we're gonna make sure you got them all kind of. I have a certain system I'm gonna see if I can get you guys using. So a chord is like 3 or more notes played at the same time. Like if you hit all 6, that's a chord. So the first chord I want you to try is going to be using your middle finger, and we're going to shoot for the very tip, 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 and we're going to go to the 5th string, 2nd fret, which is a B note. So you number your fingers like, or excuse me, strings like this: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you're pressing down on your fingertip. The best thing, a good habit is always get up to the metal fret there versus that way. That's gonna maybe buzz and get away from you, make some rattle. If you go up to the metal fret, you're kind of trapping the string against the fret, and it has no choice other than just to ring out like a nice note. And this chord is called E minor 7. It's a really good foundation. If you hit all 6, my guitar's a little buzzy because this is called the nut, and these slots are worn down and they're a little too low, so don't worry about the buzz on my guitar. So you can check. The thing you're doing here is getting your thumb on the back. That helps. And see this space here? That space? That's kind of good versus being all smooshed up like this. Sometimes you can smoosh it in, but we like, for now, we will like that space a little bit. All right, so taking our time, no rush. See how these pinky and index are kind of out, ring is out, everything's good. No rush, everything's cool. If you got a pick, you can strum like this. All right, how's that left hand feel? Assuming you're right-handed. If you're right-handed or left-handed, that'd be your right hand, but I'm assuming you're right-handed, so we're gonna go with that. Now this is really important to learn that, because some books will teach you to use your index finger, and some people will say, well, it doesn't matter, but I think it does, because now your fingers are all going this way. If you do it my way, a whole bunch of stuff is gonna fit together. So we're going kind of slow. That's cool. No rush. Now the next chord, we're gonna bring in the ring finger. Remember, we're building a system here. You're gonna like this in the future. Right now you're saying, what's this guy doing? But just stick with me. So we're going middle and ring. Ring is on the 4th string, 2nd fret. That's an E note. So we're pressing down on a B and an E, and we're hitting all 6. That's an E minor. Notice how my index finger is stretched out, pinky stretched out, thumbs on the back of the neck, and these are on their fingertips. That's an E minor. You would see it written as E with a little m, a lowercase m behind it, E minor. This is great. E minor. That would be like in a Stones song, like I see your red door and I want it painted black. I'm going down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Kind of soft and light with my strumming hand. Loose. You don't want to be all stiff. Keep it kind of floppy. Yeah. And I hold the pick kind of soft too. If you hold it really tight and scrub it, it's going to sound really crazy. So we're going light and loose for now. We can always tighten up later. So that's E minor. Then, finally, index has something to do. Index, we're going to keep that shape. Remember, we're making a system here. Index is going to 3rd string, 1st fret. That's a G sharp. 3rd string, 1st fret, G sharp on the index finger tip. Hitting all 6. That's an E major. Sounds a little sharp. Sorry. And you know, this is normal. It's normal to tune a little bit as you go. So, how's your hand doing? Getting tired? You can rest it. Sometimes this muscle will get pretty kind of achy, so you can just take a little break, and then let's see if we can come back and rebuild all that. That first chord, E minor 7, E minor, and E major. That's with the index on the 3rd string, 1st fret. We're hitting all 6 strings, and we're on our fingertips like crazy. You could do like Elvis Presley, like since my baby left me, I found a new place to dwell. It's down at the end of Lonely Street, that's Heartbreak Hotel. Yeah, just making sure everybody's got this chord down, the E major. Let's do one more. We're gonna drop off. Well, I got a bunch coming here. We're gonna drop the ring finger out and keep those other fingers where they were. Now we got E7, which is a little more bluesy, like Bee-bop-a-lula, she's my baby. That's E7 with index on G sharp, middle on B. The 4th string is now open, which makes it a D. If you should care about every note here on this chord. The notes are E, B, D, G sharp, B, and E. So when we say E7, the 7 means it's got kind of an edgy sound to it, like a it's just got kind of a gnarly, cool sound when you do 7s. So it's, you know, a normal E is just kind of nice and friendly and warm. And E7's got an attitude, which works for blues. So review and memorize E minor 7, E minor, E major, and E7. Cool. So we're going kind of slow, doing this right. Now, we're moving over. Memorize what we did. And you can, pause the video and check that out, write them down, do anything you gotta do, any way you like to learn. Now, we're gonna make this easy. This is really cool because we were careful about what fingers we did. We didn't follow those guys that tell you to start with your index, which just gets your wrist all cranked over there and you're just all contorted. Look how cool we are. Straight on. No, we're not twisted or our arm isn't cranked in, and if your elbow's sticking out like that or way in, that's not good. Your arm should just lift up naturally. No tension. Your arm should be and your strumming arm should be loose, just hang. No tension. So, our next step is to take our middle finger, thanks for following along. We're gonna move 1 string towards the floor to the 4th string, 2nd fret. We're pressing down on an E note. That's important to know every note on your neck. It's not very difficult to learn that. So this is your middle finger, 2nd fret, 4th string. This is called A9. I'm gonna skip the 6th string. I'm only gonna strum 5 strings. And if you're just getting started, you can use your thumb because you can feel it with your thumb. But eventually, you'll definitely want to use a pick. Okay, this is called A9, and I picked that not because I want you to learn an A9, it's because I want you to learn a shape here. Look how, we start on E minor 7 and went to A9. See, I'm talking about shapes here. See how easy that is? This to that. E minor 7 to A9. Kind of a weird chord. It sounds sort of wispy and kind of mysterious, like, what kind of guitar lessons are these anyway, It's cool, we're just learning a shape. All right, that's your middle finger, 4th string, 2nd fret, hit 5 strings. Then we're gonna repeat, we're gonna do those other shapes. We're just recycling the first 4 shapes. We're gonna bring in the ring finger to 2nd fret, 3rd string. That's an A note we're adding. Keeping middle finger where it was. Here's ring. When you're not used to this, this is not that easy. Notice how index and pinky are kind of free, because we're gonna need those for other things. So we're gonna hit 5 strings. That's called an A suspended 2nd, which you might be, again, questioning what's going on here. I'm just showing you easy shapes. It's about shapes and sounds. Don't worry a whole lot about the name of it right now, because it's kind of a lot of stuff to keep straight. So this chord is like this. You might think of it like Purple Rain from Prince, like, I never meant to cause you any sorrow. Ouch. And I never meant to cause you any pain. That first chord was, which in the 80s, this was like a really fresh sounding chord. Like, it was a kind of a bold chord in the 80s. And it was popular in the 90s too. And I played at a church for like 12 years, and every song in A was like, all right, let's stand up and praise the Lord. Every A chord they did that, It just has kind of a special sound. It's kind of got an uplifting, kind of spiritual quality to it. It's a good idea to pick through a chord 1 string at a time. That sounds cool, because if you just go, wah, I'm done, it's like, whoa, you never even listened to it. Yeah, what's the next step, Brook? Like, hey, man, slow down. It's cool. So that's why I don't like to get in a big rush. I like to do it kind of slow and correct and listen. I like to listen to the strings. These notes are A, E, A, B, it's open, and a high E open. Cool. Now, thanks for sticking with me. We're going to take our index finger for the next one to 2nd string, 1st fret. That's a C note on 2nd string, 1st fret, C note. I'm going to hit 5 strings. That's an A minor. There is a house in New Orleans they call the Rising Sun. It's been the ruin of many poor boy, and I know I'm one. An old cowboy went riding out one dark and lonely night. Yippee-I-O. Stuff like that. How about the theme from Gilligan's Island? Just sit right back and you hear a tale of a faithful trip. A minor. Millions of songs use A minor. And notice that looks just like that E. So like I say, we're recycling the first 4 shapes. A minor. And those notes are A, E, A, C, and E. That's what makes an A minor chord. If you reduce that down, it's just A, C, E. But we got 5 strings. We got 1 A, 1 E, another A, a C, and a 2nd E. That's how chords go. They just, you grab what you can get. A minor. And now, just like we did before, we remove the ring finger. We got A minor 7, which is just index and middle. These are massively popular shapes. So you'll remember in the future, like I remember when I was learning the shapes, man, and you're gonna use this later like crazy. This is A minor 7, which is A, E, G, C, and E. That C sounds a little high, so I'm going to bring it down. That chord's used in Stairway to Heaven like a... So these are serious chords, even though I'm trying to make them as easy as possible. You're going to need these chords no matter what. So that's cool. We learned 4 shapes, but like the first 4 again, E minor 7, E minor, E major, E7. Now we just jump 1 string towards the floor, do the 4 shapes again, gives us A9, I just call it A2, A minor, and A minor 7. So that I call it like a mirror, just a reflection of each other, the same thing, same shape. I think of it as geometry. So there's 4 shapes, gives us 8 chords. Let's jump around, do maybe a few more. You probably know some of these. Let's check the D out. D is like a triangle shape. D is your index finger on 3rd string, 2nd fret, that's an A note. Middle finger's on 1st string, 2nd fret, that's F sharp. Ring is on 2nd string, 3rd fret, you're hitting 4 strings, which makes D, A, D, F sharp. So the notes of a D major chord are D, F sharp, and A. We just got 2 Ds here, that's okay. Cool, D. Let me just show you something kind of fun. You take that D, and this goes with most chords. You can move it like this. That gives us, check it out, that's a D, E, F, G, A, B, C, and D. So most chords are movable, and it's a shape. Crazy, huh? Let's do a G from there. G is like this. Weird thing about G is you gotta split your fretting hand out pretty hardcore. It's gotta really stretch. That's gonna be index, middle, ring, pinky. Index is on the 5th string, 2nd fret. Middle is on 6th string, 3rd fret, that's a G, so that was a B and a G. Then your ring finger goes 2nd string, 3rd fret, that's a D. Pinky goes to 1st string, 3rd fret, that's a G. So there's a lot of stuff on 3rd fret here. Everything's on 3rd fret except index is on 2nd fret. G is like a really happy chord. My guitar does not sound perfectly in tune, but I'll keep going. So that's like a kind of campfire. I call it campfire cowboy chords there. I call that scrubbing, chord scrubbing. You'd be amazed at how many people learn that G chord. They're like, wee, you know. Yay! And it's like, hey, settle down. No, it's fine. Really popular chord. So here's a trick. Going from D to G. The trick is keep your ring finger in place. Watch my ring finger. G, D, ring. Ring stays in place. G, D, G, D, G, D. Notice my thumb is crept up around here. That's okay on these. Thumb can hang on the top. Sometimes I use my thumb as a hook to hang my left arm on. Very tired. Let's throw in one more. It's a C chord. C was the first chord I was taught, and it kind of kills you when you're new to this. It's like, because you got to stretch out 3 fingers on 3 frets. That's index on 2nd string, 1st fret. That's a C note. Middle finger, 4th string, 2nd fret. E, ring finger, 5th string, 3rd fret. That's a C. And you hit 5 strings. Skip the fat one for now. Gonna hit 5 strings. This is normal to sit and fine tune as you go. Totally cool. Now, I'm gonna try to wrap this up, but check this out. If you listen to this, you can hear some really important stuff. C, E, G, which is called root 3rd, 5th. That's some heavy duty music theory coming at you. 1, 3, 5. So if you want to learn how to sing this. 1, 3, 5. 1, 3, 5, 3, 1. 1, 3, 5, 3, 1. 1, 3, 5. 1, 3, 5, 3, 1. 1, 3, 5, 3, 1. That's called a root 3rd and 5th, and we'll talk about that. But you can trust me. That's a massive. That's like if you're like want to build a wall or build a building out of bricks. This is like some serious bricks and tools, man. You're building some serious structure when you understand root 3rd, 5th. That's root is the first note of a C major scale, 1. This is the 3rd note of a C major scale, 3. This is the 5th note of a C major scale, 5. So you need to learn your scale. We'll do that another day, but we'll catch up with all that. All right. I promise I will quit, but one more thing. If you put these last 3 chords together, you got millions of songs. D, C, G. It's like... A lot of songs use those 3 chords. All right. I've gone a little too long here, but if you have any questions, let me know and I'll help you out. Cool, man. You can find these in books and stuff, but the way I do them is kind of cool. I do have them in a book that I made called Guitar Chords. And the way, I'll show you how we started here. Something I call chord yoga is what we just did. The first page of my book has these chords drawn out. So if you want to pause your video or something here, take a screenshot, you'll have most of these chords ready to go. There's a diagram of mostly what we did. All right, I'm going to get out of here and I'll see you soon. Take care.